Another special episode of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast coming to you from the Illegal Shift studio. And I've got a cold beer in my hand. I'm going to open this in just a second. And, normally, Jason, you think that, you crack open a cold beer and it's going to put you in a good mood. That's not happening. I'm not in a good mood right now.
Oh, shit.
I don't mind telling you.
I'm glad you are telling me.
I mean, the Reds are losing games. I had to work the last couple of days.
I already cracked mine.
We didn't win any money at the men's night, despite that large stack of chips that I had.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't the biggest stack out there. You had a big stack.
But you definitely did not win, nor did I. Crack that beer. That beer and have yourself a cold, refreshing beverage.
We made it to the final table, though.
We did.
So I guess there's something to be said for that.
There is something there. But I knew you had something in your crawl.
Well, I mean, that was it. Bryson DeChambeau won the U.S. Open. That was pretty good TV. Did you get to see any of that?
I did not get to see any of that.
And then I clicked on this article. It was we were preparing for the podcast. I clicked on this article that's talking about Rory McIlroy and the
our buddy T-Vogue said, can't stay long, but I just wanted everyone to know that I scored some front hole this weekend. If I could have got about 5 more beers in it, would have been a bonus hole.
Yes,
sir.
The podcast, I can't top that.
Yes,
the
sir.
podcast is over.
He said, I'll see your shit weekend and I'll raise you this. Nicely done, Vogues.
Oh, my God.
Nicely done.
That's one of the that's the funniest thing I've heard all day. That's fucking hilarious.
He said, I'm still laughing about that.
Holy shit.
That's funny. That's funny. I like it.
No, I'm reading this article about this guy saying that Rory McIlroy should fire his caddy. What say you?
To be honest with you, I don't know enough. I mean, I don't know enough. Yeah. I didn't get to watch enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw multiple videos, and our buddy Rich said that Rory's pouting. I knew he had grumpy face, when he didn't win. But I didn't get to watch any of it, so I don't know. I mean, I can't really speculate or comment on it. Did you watch?
On and off.
Because I didn't see you Sunday at the pool when I got sunburnt, and I was there all day waiting for you.
I was preparing for. I had to be on the radio Sunday night.
I know.
I am not. I don't have the ability to go hang out at the pool, consume beers, and then be on the radio.
I don't disagree with
that,
you.
Especially after
Saturday night.
Wearing off some beers and late night White Castles.
If anybody didn't tune into our Saturday episode, you should, because Dan was in rare form.
Yeah, I was rolling on Saturday.
I love it.
And thought I played pretty good cards, but it just wasn't happening. And
that White Castle at the end of the night, though, that was the lifesaver.
The White Castle was good. It hits the spot.
I think it saved everybody's life.
It hits the spot. So thanks for my couple of sliders and my fries.
In fact, you tried to take mine when I dropped you off at your
great.
house.
Well, they don't write on the outside of the bag which one is which.
I said, hold on, motherfucker. Those are mine. Give you a ride and you take my fucking burgers. Cool. Got it.
Well, I'm glad you're a better driver than Justin Timberlake.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So, way to lead in. Way to lead in.
Wait, what's that guy? What's he doing driving around anyway?
Turn that down.
Hold on, let me tell you.
That's garbage.
Button there.
That's garbage. So it was Crimea River. So apparently Ole JT was arrested for drunk driving in New York. And I was trying to look up where, in reading the article, I didn't know where exactly it was, whether the way it sounded originally was New York City. Well, apparently he was up, what was it? 100 miles north, up toward the Hamptons. But Justin Timberlake has been arrested and accused of driving while intoxicated. When pulled over by authorities in the early morning on June 18th, Timberlake, quote unquote, performed poorly on all standardized field sobriety tests. I'm not bagging the dude for getting fucked up and driving with an OVI. It's not right, but not everybody, but a lot of people do it. But what Dan and I were talking about before this, just like a lot of the sports stars, you have handlers that can get you from A to B. You also have Uber. You have Lyft. And the fact that the amount of money, the mound of money that this motherfucker's sitting on, why he doesn't have a driver any other time of his life, period. Hey, I want to go get an ice cream. Drive me. But just like the sports stars that we've talked about in the past that have gotten picked up, because, I mean, we've talked to people in the Bengals organization, and we know some Bengals players, and they have people. Their cell phones are on. Hey, I'm going to this bar. I'm going to hang out. You could call them, and I don't know if you remember Odell Thurman. When Odell Thurman got picked up on Columbia or Eastern Avenue.
Yeah.
He had a fucking guy. He had a guy he could call. Justin Timberlake makes way more money than Odell Thurman did.
Sure.
I don't understand it, like why you're even driving. Like you don't even need to.
If I lived in that world, if I lived in that kind of realm, I would have someone available 24/7. I'd have a phalanx of individuals that could take me wherever I wanted to go, whenever I wanted to go, no matter what condition I was in, at any time of the day or night. And it's like when Bob Huggins got busted.
Yep,
on a DUI.
Local.
Head coach of Cincinnati Bearcat basketball. Are you telling me that the university couldn't afford to have a couple of co-eds at his beck and call to drive him wherever he wanted to go?
Pretty sure they did.
I mean, come on, man.
I'm pretty sure they did. And again, I've been guilty of it, and obviously that's in court record. I've been guilty of it. But when you have that much fucking money, why? So to see Justin Timberlake's name come across the headlines, and it was Sag Harbor on the eastern end of Long Island.
Was he at an event? Was there something going on? Was he?
It is in here somewhere. He doesn't look happy in that picture.
Does he live there?
Let's see. Timberlake was charged with one count of driving while intoxicated, along with citations for failure to keep right and failure to stop at a stop sign. District Attorney's Office confirmed.
Failure to stop. Well, that's an interesting turn of a phrase.
We know something about that. Let's see. No, it doesn't say. Let's see. I don't think it says where he was coming from. It just goes into his tour and stuff. I just only pull this out in the fact that he's been huge because he just started this tour that he's doing. I've seen a lot of videos, and the tour looks. I'm not a huge fan of his music, but I'll listen to some of it.
Yeah,
the tour looks awesome. Like the actual concert, the production looks fantastic. But I don't understand. Again, when you have that much money, why are you driving yourself? If I had that much money,
I don't know.
Dan would be driving me everywhere I wanted to go. Dan would get the DUI.
Well, you would pay me to drive you, then I would hire someone to do my job for me.
It's called delegation. I like it. It's called delegation.
That's what I told Nobes when I told you I was talking to him one time. I said, if I ever win the lottery, I'm going to hire you to be my, I'm going to start a corporation, and you're going to be my director of food and beverage. And the first thing you're going to have to do is hire someone to do your job so you can play golf with me all day long.
It's funny. I didn't get any job.
No, well, you're going to be my executive director of security and
entertainment.
Well, not entertainment, but security and fire hazards and the rest of that.
All right, got it, got it. No, I found that kind of amusing though. All JT's right. he's always like the pretty boy, and everybody loves JT. Well, JT's a fucking criminal now.
Well, you know what? He'll get a good lawyer, and
he'll be fine.
They'll give him a little slap on the wrist in court.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna miss any shows.
I'm pretty sure he's probably drinking and driving right now.
Maybe
he don't give a shit.
I mean, he's no Hunter Biden, for God's sake.
He don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. What do we do? What do we do now? Joe Biden's out making a fool of himself again today. He announced his plan to give amnesty to over 500,000 illegals who are in this country.
Pretty awesome.
I guess if you're in this country and you're illegal and you get married to an American citizen, then you're good to go. Or if you've been in the country for over 10 years. So I mean, what kind of thinking is that? That if you come in here illegally and you're able to, dip and dodge and all the rest of it and chisel for 10 years, we're going to say congratulations now. You get a pass. You get to stay. Well, what kind of thinking is that? This executive order that he came up with, this is one thing that you can always be sure of about government. Whenever government says that we're going to make something less expensive, it's going to become more expensive.
Absolutely.
When we're going to make something easier, they make it harder. Whatever they say they're going to do is usually the exact outcome is usually, or the exact opposite is usually what the outcome is. So Biden issues this executive order on immigration that was designed to give the appearance that his administration was cracking down on illegal border crossings, and it's doing nothing of the sort. I mean, there's so many carve-outs, so many loopholes, so many provisos in it that it means the border is open. There was a memo that went out to the Border Patrol in the San Diego sector saying, don't stop people, just let them through. Just let them through. And so now on top of that, we have this. And then he has, and the rest of the Democrats have the gonads to sit there and say, well, Republicans didn't pass the bipartisan Border Security Act. I mean, that act wasn't going to do anything.
Right. Exactly.
All that act did was guarantee that the border stays open. All these illegals can lawyer up. They're going to get all that paid for. It guarantees them Obama phones, catch and release, and all the rest of it. And it was a complete disaster. So all this, this whole notion that Trump said, well, don't vote for it because I want to run on it as an issue. I mean, they say that on the news constantly over and over and over again as if it's a fact. The fact of the matter is there's another bill called H.R. 2 that's been passed in the House that addresses border issues in a serious way. And that bill, again, has been passed in the House, but it will never see the light of day in the Senate. So for them to sit there and act as if Republicans don't want to work with this great president on securing the border is complete bullshit.
Oh, hold on. We just had a City 513 sighting.
513 sighting.
That's why I was quiet.
All right.
Orange Jesus will come back and fix everything. God, I love you, City. God, I love you. No, I mean, I agree. Like with where we're sitting at and all of the bullshit that is now, because we're getting ready to come into the debate. So everything is heightening. All of the hyperbole on both sides. And I will be fair on both sides. It's heightening right now because we're what? 11 days? Is that the 29th?
No, I believe the date is the 27th. Yeah.
27th.
So 11 days away. Today's the 16th.
Everything is heightening. Everything's heightening. Getting ready for, the rule-ridden debates to where you can essentially only talk for 2 minutes. You get a light. I mean, you're like Pavlov's dog, fucking looking at a light. You're like, okay, I'll sit down. The best thing for Biden is to the less time, the better. Because
it was surprising to me that,
but he's almost like a small 2-cycle engine. It takes him fucking 30 seconds to get fucking running. He runs and then he putters out. So that short time might be good, but he's going to waste a lot of time.
Yeah, it's surprising to me that the Biden campaign agreed to the rules in the debate, the rules by which they have to play under. And I've got them right here. Let me see if I can dial this up real quick.
Those fucking rules. Those rules are fucking pushed toward fucking Trump, though.
You think?
Like I think it's more detrimental to Trump.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. CNN says there will be 2 commercial breaks during the debate. Candidates will not be allowed to consult with the members of their campaign during that time.
Just fine. Handle your business.
The network also notes the candidates' podiums and positions will be determined by a flip of the coin.
Why does that matter? Let me ask you that, because I'm not super versed. Why does it matter where the podiums are?
I guess because one candidate's on the left, one candidate's on the right, left, right. I don't know.
Nothing sticks out.
One candidate's going to be standing here, the other one's going to be standing there. I don't think, but that's just so people don't read anything into that. I would imagine mics will be muted outside of speaking time. They will only be provided with a pen, a notepad, and a bottle of water. So Biden, who is used to having those notes in his hand when he speaks at events, is not going to have that crutch to lean on.
I just took a bet, not official on YouTube, but official. Wink, wink. I don't want to get banned. I don't know if this will ban us or not, but I just took a bet with Cincy 513
about
that. He says $100 says Trump backs out of the debates. I don't think he will. I'm putting it out there. Hopefully this doesn't get us banned, or blocked, but I'll accept it. So there you go.
Why would he back out of? Why would he back out?
I don't know. So on the left side, so he knows something that we don't.
I don't know. I mean, Trump.
Continue reading.
It would be pretty stupid for Trump to do that because he's been going around saying anywhere, any place, anytime.
Yeah.
And
he didn't ask for any fucking rules. The Biden campaign asked for the rules. So yeah, I'm in. Completely.
Yeah, but those are the rules. I just read them all to you.
I'm okay with like them not in the commercial breaks, not being able to fucking go to their advisors.
Yeah.
Because you should be prepared before you go in. So you're on the stage for how long? I can't remember how long they said it was.
I think it's going to be 90 minutes.
With 2 commercial breaks?
Yes. So you got time to hit the head.
Get your shit together. Give him a pee bottle underneath the
splash some water
underneath the podium.
But I don't have his adult diaper on.
Well, he'll have a diaper, so it's fine.
So he'll be good.
So
on at least in that.
Jayon said Biden's bottle will be filled with adrenochrome. Oh shit! Yeah, so that fucking leads us right in. You sent me something, Dan. I'm trying to find it.
Is that the new Biden campaign ad?
Well, here, hold on. I'm gonna play this one. This one's a couple minutes long, but I think it's worth the watch. And if it's not, well, tune out and we'll see you.
Come back in a couple of minutes.
We'll see you maybe next time. I don't know. We love you. We're glad you're here, but everything is blowing up where the whole Karine Jean Pierre saying deep fake, all these videos are being manipulated and whatever. So let me pull this up.
Call this the cheap fakes video, and that's exactly what they are. They are cheap fakes video. They are done in bad faith, and some of your news organization have.
I hear Karine Jean Pierre's voice.
Right-wing,
Karine Jean
critics of the president have a credibility problem.
I see Emily Campagno.
Yeah, that's where I was trying to get.
But I hear Karine Jean Pierre.
I don't know why. Weird. Stand by. I don't know why. That's why I hate when I pull shit up early because it doesn't fucking play.
We are a technical powerhouse here.
Yeah. Well, it's essentially a fucking one-man band on the producing side. So.
Yeah, well, that's true. That is very true.
Try it again. Nope. Still not going to work. All right.
Well, dang it.
Oh, it just started to show up. I'll figure it out. Keep talking, then. I'll find it. I'll find it again.
All right. Well, I think the soundbite you're looking for is Karine Jean Pierre talking about the video that came out over the weekend. Joe Biden was in California, and you had Barack Obama there. Did you see the video of Jack Black?
I didn't see the video.
Out, yeah.
I knew he was there. I didn't see
came.
The video.
George Clooney was there, and then Julia Roberts was there. You know, all the California bigwigs. You know, they're all out there. And then, so this was a giant fundraiser for Joe Biden. I think I sent you a cut of Joe Biden sitting there next to Barack, saying God knows what, some kind of gobbledygook.
Yeah, I do have that. We'll play that one.
And then, and so this is the kind of condition that he was in during the event, and the audio is not that great. It looks like it was being shown on a screen somewhere, and someone recorded it off their cell phone. And but just try and listen to what Joe Biden is actually saying whatsoever.
And guess what? It's growing. The economy's growing. People doing better. We have the highest unemployment, lowest unemployment rate in 50 years. We have more people. We've had over 15 million people brand new hired into the workforce. You know, my son says we all have we all have various short-term descriptions for your jobs, for what you accomplished. And you should say Joe Jobs. And guess what? It's growing.
All right, yeah, good talk there, Joe. So he goes on talking about the unemployment rate. He can't get that right, and then he says something about his son saying Joe Jobs.
It's a short term. It's a short term for what it is. Joe Jobs.
So that's what he's talking about. And then, so at the end of the event, he's standing there, and the music is playing, and everyone's standing up and applauding, and they like to go out there and point at people and wave to them. And Obama is ready to walk off the stage, and Joe's still standing there, deer in the headlights. And Obama reaches out and gently grabs him by the arm, starts leading him off the stage, puts his arm around him, and starts walking off the stage with him. And so people were looking at that, at the body language of Joe Biden, and remarking about how he looked lost, how he needed direction, that he would not have gotten off the stage had it not been for Barack Hussein Obama. And so Karine Jean Pierre is putting the notion, she was asked about it during the news conference, and she's putting forth this notion that videos like this are deep fakes from the hard right. There's people out there who are taking these videos one after the other and selectively editing them, or just making them up out of whole cloth, completely fake videos. And that's what she's suggesting that this is. And it is simply not true. I mean, we can see with our own eyes, and we see example of it time after time after time. This guy is not all there all the time on multiple occasions. And this was just the latest one. So there's this whole notion that we're supposed to.
It pisses me off because I end up messing something up over here. But I literally watched that video, and I had it stopped where where it needed to start versus the pundits talking, and it played like 2.5 minutes of Biden. And for the first 30, and this is no joke, I literally stopped, I reset it, and I watched it again. For the first 38 seconds, the motherfucker didn't blink once.
Yeah.
Literally just. And I was 1,000, 2 1,000, 3, because it was the most odd fucking shit that I've ever seen. Oh, I'm so mad. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. I will figure it out because it was so worth it. So worth watching. But God damn it. Yeah, this fucking guy and these people that think that this guy is the one to take us for another 4 years just absolutely cracks me up. So I'm intrigued to see what Cincy has to say. Do you think, and just answer the question in the chat, do you think that Joe Biden is the guy for the next 4 years? not saying Trump is. I'm just asking you if you think Biden is the guy for the next 4 years. And if not, who is? Because I want to see an answer. Because there's already speculation of what's going to happen and how it's going to happen if Trump loses the election. And I've seen there's obviously a bunch of conspiracy theories, but there's a bunch of, you might see a Clinton in there again, which I think is absolutely hysterically humorous.
Yeah, but they're saying that's one of the possibilities now, that Hillary Clinton comes in and I guess becomes vice president under Kamala Harris, and then Kamala Harris steps down, and there we go. Hillary Clinton is president. Zeke, our buddy Zeke Arkham, put something out on that today, and he was saying that he didn't see the whole Hillary Clinton thing happening. So I kind of hope. Here's what he said. He said the DNC isn't going to put Hillary up there in place of Biden. She's got Harris level polling numbers. She is unlikable. The Kamala Harris does have terrible numbers when it comes to her unlikability. People justifiably think she's evil. She's a 2-time loser, and she's way past her prime. If they try to prop her up, they're only going to fail. Hillary will never be president, and that is one of the best things that has ever happened to this country. And I got to agree with that.
Well, she's a complete fucking asshat and a murderer. Definitely not who I want. I'd rather have Biden than have fucking Clinton. I'd rather have Biden than Clinton.
Oh my God, please.
I mean, if I gun to my head, I'd rather take Biden.
Oh my God, please don't go there.
He's like, oh, dutied. I dutied. I need to go to the bathroom. I dutied. Honestly. Oh, where's
Is that the preferred term?
No, that's what I'm calling it.
I dutied.
All right, to shit my pants.
Okay.
But he can't get that many syllables out of his face, Dan. I made it easy. All right, I deleted that fucking thing.
You didn't find it?
I didn't find it.
Ah, man.
I will though. I'll just keep going.
So it was it was the actual video of him freezing at the thing, or Karine Jean Pierre talking about.
I'm working on it. You just keep talking.
Or Karine Jean Pierre.
You like to talk, and we know you do.
I can send you another video of Karine Jean Pierre talking about that Joe Biden wasn't wandering around.
Okay.
You want that one?
You can send me whatever you want.
Hold on.
I'm gonna find this motherfucker.
I'm gonna send it to you really quickly here. Let's see. Here we go.
There's nothing quick. He's gonna talk. He's gonna talk his way through it. So anyway, because he can't do two things at once, and that's what I love about him. Jesus. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot, Dan.
There we go. Now I'm sending it. It just says KJP.
So it is sent. So it shall be done.
So you should be able to play that, and that's her lying again.
She is a clown.
And I guess Trump had an event today. Racine, Wisconsin.
She is a clown. I mean, she is a complete and utter fucking clown. In the way that she tries to fucking backpedal. And one of the statements in the article that I was reading was she thinks she's doing the greatest job.
Oh, she's very sure. She's very
She thinks she's doing the greatest job ever. And she looks like a blubbering fucking moron. And all of them do. That's a shit spot to be in. I wouldn't want that job. But the way that she just repeats herself makes her sound so much more ignorant. Covering for that fucking administration. It's fucking stupid. All right, so let me do this.
All right. Karine Jean Pierre. And then I of Joe Biden from earlier today, too.
I think you're right. I think there is so much misinformation. We've been talking about, you talked about the video of the president wandering, and it's not true, right? The president wasn't wandering. He was talking to a parachuter that was right in front of him. And what you saw is the Republican Party really manipulating what was being said and what was being seen by the American people. It's also very insulting to the folks the viewers who are watching it. And so we believe we have to call that out. We've been calling it cheap fakes. That is something that came directly from the media outlets and calling it that, the fact checkers and calling it that. And so we're certainly going to be really, really clear about that as well. And I think you're.
So she's talking about the video that came when he was at the G7 summit. Right. And remember, the parachuters came down.
Yeah.
And the one parachuter was right in front. There was a whole group of these G7 people. And they're all there, gawking at this guy as he's gathering up his parachute. And Joe Biden, there was another parachutist there. And Joe Biden is kind of wandering off by himself, like, oh, look at all this. And then the I guess the leader of Germany had to reach over and grab him. And I mean, you saw that video, right?
Yeah, and get him flipped around. So
the leader of Germany had to grab him, and then they all kind of came over and acted like, oh, this is where we're supposed to be standing because Joe Biden's over here.
So their whole big thing was in the fact that it wasn't zoomed out enough and that there were skydivers that were over there. When they and part of what I'm trying to find that I accidentally deleted was they pulled out, the unedited version, like the full shot. There was fucking one dude packing a chute.
Yeah.
And one diver, but you had guys right in front of him. So he just decided to I get it where they may try to play that like, oh, they zoomed it in to where he just walked off. No, there was somebody over there. I get it. But everybody else's, every main person of importance was facing the same direction. And then you have fucking old Sleepy Joe fucking just turn around. Oh, I'm going to go do my own thing. It's like trying to lead grandpa in Kings Island. Like, nope, we're going here. We're going this way. We're going to this ride.
Yeah. That's what they did.
That's exactly what they did.
And then he puts the aviator shades on. Like, oh, look at me. I'm cool.
That's his force field.
Yeah.
That's his force field. Nobody can see him. I did that when I was 5. If I put sunglasses on, nobody can see me. It's fucking ridiculous. And everybody's seen that video, I'm sure. But like this clip that I had, they took a bunch of different videos, and they're like, this is the unedited video from Fox because the White House was blaming Fox for editing shit. And they're like, this is the unedited video.
No, yeah. I mean, watch the video, make draw your own conclusions.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I understand, and I can sit there and not. I saw it at first, and I'm like, where the fuck is he going? Like he's walking off into the pasture. But then there was a camera that panned over on one of the clips that I saw. I'm like, okay, there's somebody there. He gives them a thumbs up. Cool. But when every other the other world leaders that are there, or whoever, dignitaries, whatever you want to call them, are facing this way, you don't need to be facing almost 180 degrees the other way.
That's why he was wandering off on his own.
Yes.
That's exactly what he was doing. And then that event over the weekend, he was like deer in the headlights. And that was it. And then I just sent you another clip of Joe Biden from today. So the line the White House is trying to put out now is that we can have mass amnesty for millions of illegal aliens, and we can have a secure border at the same time. And what pisses me off about the clip I just sent you is this is something that Joe Biden has said before, that he's taken this action, and that us regular people out here in the country, we don't really understand the issue. We are just look, he's way smarter than we are.
Yeah, we're just schmucks.
Yeah, and we're schmucks. We don't understand that illegals are pouring across the border.
Honestly, our schmucks, because we've allowed him to be in fucking politics as long as we have been, as long as we've allowed it. How many years has he been in?
He's been in Washington, D.C. for more than 50 fucking years.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake.
And accomplished, to be able to hang your hat on. He is a career politician.
Yeah.
That has made his money.
Well, he's managed to chisel millions from the, from the Chinese and from the Ukrainians and from the Russians.
This is where term limits need to come into place for everything.
Yeah. So yeah, play this soundbite, and this is very infuriating to me.
It's a short one too.
I think it's only 13 seconds. They don't all have to be long.
Takes me longer to get it set up, but no, it's good. I like it.
We can both secure the border and provide legal pathways to citizens.
That's bullshit.
That the patience and goodwill.
I'm going to start over. Shut up.
Both secure the border and provide legal pathways to citizens. We have to acknowledge that the patience and goodwill of the American people is being tested by the fears at the border. They don't understand a lot.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, so we're afraid. See, Jason, you and I are afraid of what's going on at the border because we don't really understand it, and we need someone like Joe Biden who really understands it and really has a handle on what's going on there and is making all the right moves to make things better for you and me. That's what we need to know.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that great? I mean, they treat us like we're fucking second graders.
Well, and Sitzy says, any comment about Trump continuing to brag about his cognitive test and getting the doctor's name wrong? Well, I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but the fact that he can actually form a goddamn sentence and not take a 30-second head start, I'll take it. I will take it.
Well, let's see. You know what? Since C513's in the chat, so let's play the Biden ad that they just put together.
That one?
Yeah, that one right there that they're running against Trump. And this is the one that's going to, I guess, kind of turn the tables for Joe Biden here. This is the one that the Biden campaign has been waiting for. And now that they have the verdict, this is the message they want.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering healthcare costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Oh, there you go.
In the courtroom, we see.
Oh, that's awesome.
There you go. There's the Joe Biden commercial. Donald Trump's only out for himself, and Joe Biden's out there working for you and me.
Well, I'll keep this. I'll keep this out here. That guy's a fucking clown.
I love that thing.
Biden's a fucking clown who can't form a sentence and needs people to fucking take him and lead him where he needs to go. Where Donald Trump, even under fucking scrutiny and in trial, was still out campaigning and rallying people. So I'll take that all day long because my life was a lot better under Donald Trump. Cincy, being a small business owner, I would think that yours was as well, but maybe not. So we can play tit for tat all day long, but I would rather have a strong leader that can speak and isn't afraid to go sit down with other world leaders and have the conversation versus canceling some meetings and then not know where he is. So that's just my thoughts.
The Trump campaign was quick to condemn Joe Biden's plan to shield 550,000 illegals from deportation and provide a path to citizenship, framing it as mass amnesty and a power grab for votes. Caroline Leavitt, National Press Secretary for the Republican presidential nominee, Donald Trump, issued a statement slamming Tuesday's announcement by the White House and the mass amnesty order. Biden only cares about one thing, power, and that's why he's giving mass amnesty and citizenship to hundreds of thousands of illegals who he knows will ultimately vote for him and the open border Democrat Party. In Biden's plan, any illegal immigrant who has lived in the U.S. for 10 years as of Monday and is married to a U.S. citizen has 3 years to apply for a green card and will receive a temporary work permit and be shielded from deportation. Biden's mass amnesty plan will undoubtedly lead to greater surge in migrant crime, cost taxpayers millions of dollars, overwhelm public services, and steal Social Security and Medicare benefits from American seniors to fund benefits for illegals, draining the programs that Americans paid for their entire working lives. Biden has created another invitation for illegal immigration through his mass amnesty order. So on one hand, he goes out there and does this phony baloney executive order, claiming to somehow take control of the border. And then on the other hand, he sends out a big old flashing sign: "Come on in, get married to an American citizen, and you'll be protected from deportation." I mean, what kind of administration is that?
Right.
And just remember, Jason, you and I, we don't understand what's really happening at the border.
Yeah, we're stupid.
Yes.
We're stupid and have no idea.
Yeah.
And we've said it before. I mean, knock on wood, Cincinnati hasn't seen a huge influx like other cities, but it's coming. If we continue down this path, it's coming. And it's gonna get fucking ugly the further and further and further into the country it gets. Because we're gonna be outnumbered. You registering to vote doesn't even matter at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Because, hey, guess what? Oh, you're in? Oh, you can vote. You can vote. You can vote whatever you want.
Well, that's been the plan all along.
You can vote November 5th. It's fine.
Get these people to the polls and get them, 90-95% voting a Democrat, and Democrats will stay in power forever. It is sick. The whole notion that you would have someone who's in this country illegally voting in elections. On its face.
Let me address this. So Cincy, I just put this up there, but Cincy says Trump is a moron. If you honestly think he's a good leader, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry that you're so far gone. He gives zero shits about you or think country. For fuck's sakes, dumb shit. All right, so let me ask you this. Do you think Joe Biden really gives a fuck about you? Question mark. Do you really? He's been a career politician. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't give a fuck about me. Trump doesn't give a fuck about me or Dan or whoever else. But Trump's a businessman, but he cares about the fucking country as a whole. And I haven't seen shit out of Joe Biden giving a fuck about the country. Trump has stood up and fucking gone. And I'm not saying he's the end all be all, but that's where we have one side and that's where you have your side. And get somebody else better than fucking Biden, who doesn't shit his pants, needs help being walked off a goddamn stage. I'll take Trump all day long because he at least exudes fucking leadership. Just whether it's just physically, just fucking walking in and saying, "Hey, you're wrong." Biden doesn't fucking do that. So get somebody else in there on either side. But we have Trump right now, currently, that's going to run. So make your vote. Make sure you go out and vote, and I'm sure you will. But just make sure you go out and vote, and then we'll see how it shakes out at the end. But the fact that you're going to vote for fucking Biden, I think you're a fucking idiot. I think you're a fucking retard. Because the guy can't fucking form a goddamn sentence. Sorry, my rant's over.
No, you're right on. I don't know. It's easy to say those things. I was looking I saw a soundbite from Cory Booker, who's a congressman from, I believe, congressman from New Jersey. And he was doing the same thing. He was going on saying that, Trump is this, Trump is that, Trump is, well, and he goes on this long rant about, how bad Trump is, but he doesn't give a single example. And this notion that he's only in it for himself. Let's just look at the net worth of individuals who get into the White House. Trump was a multi-billionaire, whether it was, 6 billion, 7 billion, 10 billion. I don't know what the number is.
But then you'll get, he filed bankruptcy once.
But
okay, well, so do most fucking multimillionaires.
All he's doing is playing by the rules that were put in place by others, not by him. But his net worth actually declined while he was in office. Didn't take a penny of his salary. Donated it to various different causes and government agencies during the time that he was in office. Have you ever heard of the Abraham Accords? I mean, these were significant, important steps towards a meaningful peace in the Middle East. You don't accomplish things like that if you're some kind of a moron. The ability to show leadership, the ability to say not be afraid to go on the world stage and say America first. And he not only did he say America first, he told the other leaders of other countries that they should put their countries first. He said, if you're from France, and I would expect you to say France first. If you're from whatever country, I would expect you to say your country first. If you've got all these world leaders who are out there looking out for the best interests of their own countries, then that is going to be part of the solution that's going to make the planet a better place to live. So to my way of thinking, that's real leadership when you're not afraid to go out there and say, my job is to look out for my country. You let me worry about my country, and I'll let you worry about your country. I don't have a problem with that. But we get people, we get these Democrats and these liberals in there who go out and say America's bad. We got to apologize for this, that, and the other thing. And that doesn't serve anyone well.
I want to play this video. You just brought that up, and I saw this the other day. So when Trump was president, you haven't seen this, so I'm going to get your opinion on whether you think Biden would have this conversation. And I'm hoping this is the right take, but it should be.
Well, I have to say, I think it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia, where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. So we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting all of these countries. And then numerous of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia, where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia. So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia. And I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas. Ultimately, Germany will have almost 70% of their country controlled by Russia with natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this from the time I got in. It should have never been allowed to have happened. But Germany is totally controlled by Russia because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline. And you tell me if that's appropriate, because I think it's not. And I think it's a very bad thing for NATO, and I don't think it should have happened. Now, if you look at it, Germany is a captive of Russia because they got rid of their coal plants, they got rid of their nuclear. They're getting so much of the oil and gas from Russia. I think it's something that NATO has to look at. I think it's very inappropriate. You and I agree that it's inappropriate.
No, there's no way Biden could ever pull off a conversation.
There is
like
no
that.
fucking way that Biden could fucking sit there and fucking do that.
Yeah, and the thing is, Trump's policy towards Russia at that time was to start, and Russia's main source of income is through energy, natural gas, oil, and Trump's policy at that time was to cut them off, was to choke off those streams of revenue to keep Russia financially incapable of launching an invasion of Ukraine. And so when Biden gets into office, one of the first things that happens is that the pipeline goes through. All these sanctions are taken away. You've got oil money flowing from Iran. You've got China free to do whatever they want to do. And so Russia all of a sudden has all the money, all the means necessary to go ahead and launch the invasion of Ukraine. And it was Trump's policies that prevented that from happening and put Putin in a position where he didn't have the financial wherewithal to be able to pull that off. So, this whole notion that Trump was in it just for himself, I look at that exchange right there. And I don't see a guy who's trying to get anything for himself. I see a guy who's trying to do what's best for the United States and do what's best for the NATO allies. They talk so much about Trump and NATO, and Trump's whole take when it came to NATO was that, we've been paying the freight for this organization for a long, long time. He said it is time for these other countries to step up and pay what they are supposed to pay. And I just saw an article, and I wish I would have pulled it off of this podcast now, but I think the number is like they're up to 80%. The NATO countries are now paying up to 80% of what and I forget what the exact number was. But the bottom line is they are now paying what they need to pay or what they're supposed to pay or whatever the percentage of their GDP is in order to live up to their obligations as being part of the North Atlantic Treaty Alliance. So, this is another Trump policy that, even though it was frowned on, the MSNBCs of the world and the Cincy 513s of the world all had bad things to say about Trump and NATO back in the day. But look at what's happening now. They're paying their fair share. All this talk, we just saw the Biden commercial. He's making these big corporations pay their fair share. But when it comes to Trump saying it's time for even our friends and allies in NATO to pay their fair share, well, we can't have that. No, we can no. And the United States has plenty of money. No, it's time for these other countries to pay their fair share. And it turns out that it's not only good for the United States, it's good for these other countries as well.
I just don't understand. So since he hit, and I shared this earlier, he inherited a property development company from his dad and failed at every other business he's ever attempted. I said, who cares how he got his money? And I love Deadleg. He said, if that's failure, I want to fail.
Yeah, I'll take that kind of failure.
Because he had a positive net worth. He did very well for himself. He failed a few times. But guess what? Biden has been in office longer than most people. Some people are alive, for one. And he has been suckling off the fucking teat of the fucking American people with the fucking salaries, the fucking insurance. And he's guaranteed it. Now, granted, I mean, it's not going to be too much longer because Jesus Christ, he can barely fucking go to the toilet if he can. When we want to go into, and this has turned into a tit for tat thing, but I'm okay with it. People fail at businesses all the time, but guess what? They pick themselves back up and they fucking started again. He obviously knows how to do it. And on the political side, showing that video, Trump isn't afraid to fucking sit in a goddamn room with the German chancellor and say, yeah, your former chancellor fucked up. And why are we going to protect you when you're fucking taking from us? In a nutshell, that's my summation of that conversation. But you think Biden would be able to do that? No, there's absolutely no way. We would get walked all over. So whether you like him or not, businessman, failed businessman, successful businessman, he can sit there in a room and not be fucking intimidated. Biden's intimidated of his own goddamn fucking shadow because he doesn't know when the fucking Grim Reaper is coming to fucking get him. And I'm going to say fuck you in the fact that, oh, he's a failed businessman. He was a failed businessman, but he's also a very successful businessman. You can't pay out because your fucking administration wants to make him pay all these fines. You got to be pretty successful to be able to pay those fucking dollars. So whether you like him as a person, I don't like him as a person, but I like him as a president because he's a fucking businessman and he fucking gets shit done. Everything that he said that he was going to get done in the first 4 years, he got done. So I think you're pulling some bullshit, Cincy, and I would love, I'm off tomorrow. I would love to meet up and have the conversation. I would absolutely fucking love it. Because I think you fixate on certain things and you don't really grab on. And it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people like you, the like-minded people like you, that don't grab onto the big fucking picture. It's just, it's Joe Biden. It's the Democrats. I'm good with whatever. If you give me a good Democratic fucking candidate that's going to do well for me, bring him. But you got nothing. We have Trump, who we have seen has done well for everybody.
And the thing is, there's still a hell of a lot of people who still aren't paying any attention to any of these issues, and they're going to vote too.
They're just not educated.
That's one of the reasons I keep talking about it all the time. The other thing I like to talk about when I get a chance is our buddy Dan Varner and the Varner Netherton Revival. Yes. So when we're not talking politics, it's always good to talk a little bit of music, and the boys are together again, making the best music of their lives. Cincinnati's own Dan Varner, rejoining with longtime friends Nick, Brad, and Rye, and now the Varner Netherton Revival is filling up clubs and arenas from the Queen City to Nashville and all places in between. They are more than award-winning musicians and recording artists. They are just playing fun. They get crowds of 10 to 10,000 standing on their feet and singing along. And the best part is you can book them for your event, a big event, small event, backyard event, doesn't matter. Check out a show and find out more about the Varner Netherton Revival. And the website is varnernetherton.com, varnernetherton.com, and book them for your show and check out. They've got their calendar of all the shows they're doing in the area. And you can check that out and check out a show, and you will be glad you did.
Nicely played.
Great sponsor of the podcast.
Nicely played.
Always appreciate it.
Caught me off guard. That's all right. I like it.
That's all right. We got it on there.
So we got one thing to finish up on, because I guess you wanted an expert opinion.
Well, there are. It's one of the great benefits of doing this podcast with you.
I almost felt like I was at work.
An individual of your depth of experience, knowledge, is saying, look, in the summertime, safety is important. It's hot as balls out there right now.
It is hotter than Satan's taint out there today and yesterday, and it's going to get worse. But
given that it is grilling time, and there's a lot of people, I'll be firing up the grill here shortly because my daughter and her husband are coming over for dinner tonight, so we're gonna throw a little some burgers on the grill.
Okay, I'll be on standby.
And so, watching this video, you can give me, it takes a keen eye, a trained eye, an insightful eye, I think, really to maybe give us a couple of pointers and then see what may have gone wrong in the video that we're about to view.
I picked out a couple.
So break this one down for Jason. And
well, I'm going to let it play first.
Okay.
And then we'll do a break, because when it's playing, you need to hear it.
Yeah.
And when we talk, it drops the audio on the
all right.
Video.
I'll try to be quiet.
We'll play it twice. Right. Maybe not the whole thing, but
right. She talking about leave it up his house. Oh, look at this fella. Oh, my God. What's the method? Girl, get that shot. You can't leave them on. I forgot. You finna burn the house down. Let the top down. Let the top down. I'm trying to the wind is blowing. Girl, bring them out. It's coming out. Oh, my God. I'm not for what, y'all? Now, why don't you leave that up? Don't forget that there was one time. Lord, you can't one. Y'all gotta get that other one. This fire. Give me some water. Ain't no more now? No. Yeah, give me that water. Hurry up. This propane thing on right. That's why I see burning. Got this knocked off. Oh, shit. Water. That ain't shit. There you go. Now. Yeah, but now.
the best part about that is the fact that we're spraying a fire extinguisher on the outside of a grill, not the inside.
Well, is that a?
But here, hold on, Dan.
Did she have charcoal in a propane grill? There?
Yes, that's the way it appeared.
That was.
But here, hold on.
You've got some familiarity with the equipment you're using. It helps.
Consider this your sign to stock up on sign because right now at Vistaprint, all signs are 20% off. So you.
One resident describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
Not the same.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. And then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
God bless that woman.
That has been a classic in the firehouse.
God, that is unbelievable.
As soon as you sent me that and I watched it, I was like, oh, we got to play Sweet Brown.
Someone's having a barbecue.
Some takes on that. Don't put the charcoal into a propane grill for one. It's the way it appeared. 2, don't pull your fire extinguisher out and spray it on the outside of the grill where the fire, once they actually got it closed.
Well, there were other items around the grill that were starting to catch fire.
Can.
So the fire extinguisher might have been effective for those things.
Oh my God. You sent me that. I was giggling my ass off. I'm like, yep.
Oh my God.
That's a day at work.
Thankfully it didn't. I mean, but that's how things get started. That's how things happen. And it could have been a real, thank God it wasn't a tragedy, but it could have been.
I'm not even sure why it happened. Yeah, that was a good one. I'm glad you said that to me.
I mean, did she pour gasoline on it too?
Dude, it took off like a son of a bitch. So yeah. I guarantee you there was lighter fluid on that charcoal.
On there, yeah.
They put some lighter fluid in a propane grill. Awesome. You guys did great.
So
pretty sure that those steaks, chicken, pork, whatever it was,
yeah,
pretty much done.
So if the propane is turned on, then the propane is just feeding those flames too.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know that for a fact, but
no, we don't.
But yes, you could easily deduce that would be a problem.
All right. Well, there you go. There's your little safety tip from the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast.
That's
doing what we can.
We're doing the Lord's work one way or another, getting frustrated, pissed off, and bringing you our bullshit, which is the way we like it. Dano, big plans for the rest of the week?
I got a couple of radio shows coming up Wednesday and Thursday, and then I actually have radio on this coming Saturday, so I won't be playing golf this Saturday.
Boo.
But I'll be hanging out at the swim club.
But we got a podcast 3:00 on Friday.
I'll be here for that,
and then we'll be in the Delzati sausage booth.
Hot Delzati sausage, baby, this weekend. St. Veronica Festival.
Well, it's going to be fucking hot.
God, I can't believe that's here already, man.
Yep. This
year is flying by.
So tune in. We'll be back. We'll be back live Friday. What date is that? I can't do math right now.
And I can't wait till I get to flip some rolls.
You're not flipping rolls Friday.
Well, maybe Saturday.
Saturday will be.
You won't be here.
Saturday all day. All day it's you. You got it.
Well, I can't do it. Well, I could do it after noon. So I'm working until noon.
Oh, then you got it.
I got it.
You're the man.
I'm the man. Hot Delzati sausage.
Turn the spatulas over to you.
Hot meat in your mouth.
Hot meat in your mouth. I'm not going to do the Hellman scream.
No.
Hot Delzati sausage, but
we can't do it.
Our buddy Franco has been awesome for us, and we love helping him out always a good time. We're going to sweat our fucking nuts off on Friday, but we'll be back live.
Come and see us.
Friday, 3 p.m. Tune in.
I'm going to wear my Del Zotti shirt.